Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Connie Nieto. I'm one of the Miami trainers, and I have the honor of welcoming you to the Miami Association of Realtors. As one of your Miami trainers, I have the honor and privilege of doing this job of welcoming you today. One of the first things that I like to do is to take a minute and ask all of you via chat to tell me where it is that you're watching us from, where it is that you're taking the class from. I am currently located at our new global headquarters in Miami Springs, and I invite you to all come out and take a class with us here, whether it's for CE credits or an ABR. And I see that some of you are from Hollywood, Pembroke Pines, Plantation, wow, Ocala, Miramar, Homestead, Sunny Isle, New York City, Bay Harbor. So you name it, from just about everywhere. Sometimes we do get some people from out of the country. So it's always interesting to see the wonders of technology allow us to be together from just about anywhere. We did have a sponsor today, so that they do come a little later during the call. John Mark, can you hear me? If we do have Don Fallabom come on,
Yes, I do hear you. I apologize for that.
if you do hear me, John Mark, and if Don Fallabom does come a little later, just let me know and we'll go ahead and allow him to do his presentation. I just don't see him on the call just yet.
I'll send him an email as well. So
All right,
once
and
it
as soon
comes
as
on.
he arrives, we'll give him a couple of minutes, okay?
Got it.
All righty, well, in welcoming you to Miami Realtors, I do have to tell you a little bit about the rules of today's class. You do get credit, and you will be doing the first portion or first ever code of ethics with you. We will also be complying with Miami Realtors rules of attending a code of ethics. So we do require you to be on camera. John Mark will be holding you to it and monitoring the camera. So please have your camera on at all times, especially when the presentation is going on. We will be giving breaks in between to allow you to stretch and move around. Of course, you're adults. If you need to go use the facilities, take a call, please do so, right? We did put you on mute. If you have questions, you can send them, and we will try to monitor those via the chat. I am presenting, so it's a little difficult to look at the presentation and look at the chat, but we will try and endeavor to give you information. Um, all of the information provided during our presentation is available to you at miamirealtors.com/orientation. The idea is to make it easy for you. There is no test. We used to give a test at the end before. There's no test at the end of this now. So just enjoy, take advantage of the information that we're providing and make it easy. There is no lunch break. We're trying to squeeze in as much as we can. We will try to finish with you way before 2 o'clock so that you can go ahead and get done. You are required, as the screen shows here, to have your camera on. Your name, if it was not correct, that's why we asked you to take the chat and put your name and license number. You only need to do that once. If you noticed upon registration when you came in, it asked you for your name and license number. And then this is just a way for us to double check that if the name that was appearing on your WhatsApp is different, we could still give you credit, right? Because some of you may be using, your spouse's significant other, maybe your child's Zoom account, and you don't know or you're not aware of it, and you logged in. So this way we know exactly who's here with us. The material again that we're presenting is available to you at miamirealtors.com/orientation. So you will see this presentation and so much more there. All right. If you're interested in Spanish, we do provide this orientation en español, so you could take it in Spanish. Se podría tomar la clase en Spanish. You do not get CE credits, but you are complying with NAR's requirement for completing the Code of Ethics, and that is the second portion of the class, and the Miami Association of Realtors requires you to take my portion of the class, which is to talk to you about the services that are provided for being a Miami member. Now I get to welcome you to Miami Realtors, so welcome. A big round of applause to you for making it this far. How many of you made it here today, right? And it was just easy peasy. You took your class, right? You did your fingerprints, you passed the class. It was all super easy. And how many of you made a life choice here and it was just a little bit of a struggle to get here? And how many of you have taken a minute and have actually said, finally, I made it? So I do mean it. to give yourself a round of applause for getting here and welcome into an amazing industry. Now you're here and you've become a member. So what does that mean? Yes, I'm sure it's been a process, right? You're a member. So now you're a member of the National Association of Realtors, Florida Realtors, and locally, the largest local board, Miami Realtors. So what does that mean? Here on screen, you can see that tile. So I'm going to ask you, how many of you have logged in already to Miami Realtors and clicked on the Miami Gateway? How many of you have done that? Clicked on the Miami Gateway. I see you, Giselle. I'm going to go navigating a little bit and see a few more of you. Let me see. Raymond is all serious. I see Maria and Jean. Jean's eating something yummy. Carrero. Victor. Andres looks serious. Paul's got a cool gadget he's listening to me from. Mitchell's at the beach, or so it seems. Christiani, Carrie. Christina's out of this world. Is it Bilal? Bilal looks like he's busy. Miriam is thinking. Samira. Alejandra looks like she's at the place she's going to sell to me. Alejandra Pino's at that place she's going to sell to me. Maria, Susan, Dylan, right? Sammy, Jonathan, Fawad, is that it? You're also out of this world. Maria Aguila, Michelle, Eddie, Carlos, Abraham, Trinessa. Looks like he's at a cool spot. Martina, again, is at a place she's going to sell to me. Joshua, Lady, Christina, Umberto, George, Sophia, Churchill. I can hardly see you. Valerie, Cynthia. There you go. Heather, Matthew. I see all of you. Kitwana, Sarah, Michelle's doing her hair. Karen, Lauren, Alexander. It looks sharp there. His hair's all slick. Connor, Andreina, Esther, Kyla, Sandra. Don't think we're not looking. Charles, Vinsky, Jillian, Maria, Bridget. Bridget and Perry are also out of this world. Jody looks serious. Elvis. Giancarlo looks like he's thinking. Lisette, Amit, Deanna. Look at Giancarlo smile now. Sebastian, Ben, Eddie, Elena, Nailys, David, Andre, Richard, Scott, Natasha, Stephanie. So I see you. Do you see me, Jacqueline? I think I do, Simeon. I'm trying to make sure. Rude, is that how I say it? Aristilde? I love it. Janelle, if I say your name wrong, I'm sorry. People say my name so many ways. Giovanni, Keithan, Lauren, Anna, Indira, Alberto, Raul, serious over there. Look at him, he smile now. Aquila, Nolasco, Jessica, Stephanie, Michael, Marjorie, Kevin, Lamaya, Javier, Samantha, Dominique, Maria Jose, Rosalena, Maria, Christian. I tried to get all of you in. So I wanted you to see that we are looking. And number two, you remember, you are a member. So this tile here, if you've logged into that Miami Gateway, okay, and you've clicked this is one of the tiles in that Gateway dashboard, and that QR code will take you to the membership. So what does it mean to be an NAR member? Well, you're a member of an association that was founded in 1908 by 120 founding members. It's the largest trade association in the US with over 1.5 million members. I'm sorry. Headquarters in Chicago and Washington, D.C. So if you're from Chicago, you've seen it on the river. There's a big old R in one of those buildings for the headquarters for NAR. And one of the things that I'd like to take from what NAR offers is that they have a mission, vision, and diversity and inclusion statement. As a realtor, you are a business entity. And as a business entity, you should consider having a mission and vision statement. Vision statements are hot topics now. A lot of people write them out or have them in a place. And we've considered doing a vision and mission board. And people tend to do these to keep focused. And they actually work. If you write something down or you keep it somewhere and you see it, even if you write 1, 2, 3 things that you want to do as a goal, if you continuously see it, you do it because it's there, right? So how many of you keep lists? Oh, if you need to be in and out of camera, you need to let John Mark, no, I'm not in charge of the camera. You have to be in front of the camera to get credit, okay? So if you need to, you have to write to registration at miamiRE.com. Okay? You have to be on camera to get credit. I'm not the one giving credit, okay? Vision boards work, whether it's on your cell phone and device, right? On your cell phone here, or whether it's on a page or where you open up and look in the morning or where you're drinking your coffee, wherever they are, they work. And they keep you goal oriented. All right. So I like to share with you what's the mission and vision statement for NAR, and then maybe you can create yours from there. So their mission statement is to empower realtors as they preserve, protect, and advance the right to real property for all. Really important because that's something that we all work at. And the vision is to be the trusted ally guiding our members and those they serve through the ever-evolving real estate landscape. And there's two words there I really like. Now you can take whatever you like. I'm just going to share what I do. And it's trusted and an ally. Because whether you like it or not, to help a customer rent, invest, buy, sell, that you gain their trust and you become their ally in the process. Yes or no? So to work with these people, you have to gain their trust and become part of their ally. And you don't do that in a day. You don't do that with someone in a day. And if you realize that and you work at it and you understand that you have to like grow on them, and it is an alliance, and you have to gain their trust, then it changes the focus on the way you work. Um, and that could be a part of your vision and mission statement on a daily. To me, that's really important. And knowing that you can use these and create your own mission and vision statement to me is incredible. Now, I'm going to ask the next question. Where are you from originally? What's your heritage from? Are you all born and raised in the US? Do you come from somewhere else? Do you speak another language? Um, Tell me. Look at that go. Do I have anybody born and raised in Miami? 100% Miami, like third generation. I'm only second. You're fourth generation. Someone said fourth generation Miami. So you're like a founding person. Cool. 100% Miami. I'm only second generation. But oh, that's hilarious. Nice, Angelo. Okay. We're usually less than 20% in a room. And sometimes we're less than 5. It's always neat when we're in person because like you can make you raise hands. But thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. I love it. And most of us have something from somewhere else. And even when we're from here, or you are locally from somewhere, we usually like stuff from somewhere else or eat stuff from somewhere else. So the diversity and inclusion statement to me is something that's incredibly important. I always talk about food because most of us like to eat, correct? Born and raised West Palm Beach, there you go. Most of us like to eat. Anybody a foodie like me? Thank you. So I was born and raised here in Miami, and there's certain things that are from here or that you get here. One of them is a croqueta. So if you're ever down here because you're not here right now, you need to have one and you have it at different places, right? And just like a café con leche, it's not a latte, right? A café con leche, right? You can have so many things here. We can have food just from about anywhere. So when you think of diversity and inclusion, you can have an amazing Jamaica patty here in South Florida. And then you can go and have the most amazing Vietnamese food. And then you can have the most amazing Hispanic or Colombian or Venezuelan or Cuban or wherever food here. And then one of the things I like is that we mix it, right? We mix it. So, and Greek, yes, you can have Greek here too, yum. With that said, the diversity and inclusion statement. When you're a realtor, I always like to take from things that I've learned. And my grandmother would say in Spanish, haz el bien y no mires a quién. Oh, I don't speak French. Je m'appelle Connie. Parlez-vous muy poquito français? I wish I spoke more. I wish I spoke Creole. I'm gonna have to learn. So you might have to teach me some. John Mark speaks a little. So Jean Marie, you might have to teach me some words if we meet. Okay? In exchange, I will exchange some words with you. So I would love, I also speak a little in Portañol that I do speak. I don't speak Portuguese, but a little bit more. It's always interesting to learn. And with that said, um, my grandmother would say that you would haz el bien y no mires a quién. You just have to do good unto others. And in this industry, you're going to learn about the golden rule, and that's true. We'll learn about fair housing, and you just do well. And if you cannot help, you try to assist and find someone that may, and you move on. And I'm a firm believer that you do good unto others, and it will come back in another way. So this diversity and inclusion statement is dear to me, especially considering that here in South Florida, we just come from everywhere and are from everywhere, and we're from here too. And AR fully embraces perspectives from all walks of life, regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, religion, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, disability, national origin, socioeconomic status, political affiliation, or any other qualities by which we may define ourselves. We're just here. We share time here. Let's just do it together and well, right? So I love to share this with you in the hopes that you will take something from here and start to make it part of who you are with your business as a realtor. Value of an AR membership. Political clout through fundraising campaigns and RPAC. This sounds so, right? RPAC. So it sounds so blah here when there's so much that they do. If you'd ever like to find out what they do with these advocacy dollars and what they do out there, visit miamirealtors.com and click on that blue bar where it says advocacy. And you can see what they do here locally, what they've done. They did the first container home they sold. They learned so much in the process and then are fighting to make it easier and better for South Floridians to be able to own homes. They fight continuously for the purpose of people to be able to own property. So make sure that you find out what they do with those contributions that you provide. And if you want to participate, go ahead and do so. So go to miamirealtors.com and on that blue bar, click advocacy and find out if you want to contribute, maybe time and more. Making your voice heard by lawmakers and regulators in Washington, D.C., fighting for that property ownership right. You better believe that they do. Campaign ads. Have you guys seen the campaign ads for Look for the R? Have you seen them? You can usually see them when there's a any kind of big event out there. Anybody watch HGTV? Anyone? You can admit to it. I do. Anybody watch? Yay! I'm so glad that you guys say yes. Because usually when I'm in person, some people are like, they sort of like hide the hand, but I watch. I appreciate those I love it's and those exclamation marks and yes, yes. And ooh, yes, me too. All right, so with that said, you can usually see those Look for the R campaigns, and they do talk about reassurance resources and what reliable guidance is provided by someone who's a realtor. And there are realtor benefit packages, so you can click through and see. And then my favorite, how many of you have gone to realtor.com? Okay, and how many of you in realtor.com have actually searched for yourself as an agent? And have you claimed your profile? So not during the presentation. No, no. But sometime today or in the near future, please visit realtor.com and go ahead and search for yourself as an agent and claim your profile. Make sure to put your picture, right? And all of your details, and then start to grow. That is the most looked at website when it comes to someone searching for a realtor in the United States. Alrighty, so please do. Why I tell you this, that page will follow you with everything and anything that you do in real estate in the United States. So if you get your license in another state and you move there, or you work in both, that will go ahead and have your information. And in the future, you can even ask people to give you evals, right? And more. So it will grow with you and it'll keep registrations of what you do, where you've done it, and more. So take advantage of that free page, right? Realtor.com and your agent profile. Of course, they provide you your code of ethics, and you will be doing that with Maggie Curiel in the second portion of the class. Next, realtor, the trademark and how to use it. Now, are you a realtor associate? You got to find that out when you log in, right? And then there are ways to use it. A realtor equals or means member of NAR. Realtor equals member of NAR. Non-members may not use the realtor marks. There are design standards that exist, and must be followed. Members can use realtor trademarks with limitations, right? Realtor marks can be used on the internet marketing. And then we'll have a couple of pages here for you to see. Number one, it cannot be used as an adjective. Cannot be used as an adjective. So at Luxury Realtor on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, or TikTok, you cannot use it. Web domains or neighborhood realtor, Bob the Best Realtor, or realtor services these are not allowed. As a place, at Realtor of South Florida, not allowed. Miami's Best Realtor, not allowed. Karen at Miami Broward Realtor, not allowed. And Miami Realtor Services, not allowed. And then what is allowed? Your name, punctuation, realtor. So for example, Nancy Fernandez realtor. Comma realtor. Social media at nancy.fernandez.realtor. Email nancyfernandezrealtor@gmail.com, and on web domains, nancyfernandezrealtor.com. Trademark resources. You can use these QR codes to get you to NAR logos and trademark rules, NAR trademark protection program, NAR trademark use on social media, and NAR limitations on license to use. If you have questions, you can always reach out to trademark@miamire.com. I'm going to leave this slide up for about a minute in case you want to go ahead and use those QR codes. So 1 minute at 9:58. We'll be right back. Richard, you can ask that question to your brokerage, or you can call in and write to legal at trademark at Miami RE, but that's not using the word realtor or realtor associate. And these are making reference to the trademark names, realtor and realtor associate. I'm going to give 1 more minute, right? In case you want to use the QR codes. All right, the difference between realtor and realtor associate is your level of membership, right? And realtor is the word most commonly used, and realtor associate is less expensive. There's about a $20 difference, and there's also something about voting, etc. And you can call in membership and find out, but the exact pricing difference is about $20. Can I show you the slide before? Remember, the presentation is available at miamirealtors.com/orientation. I am going to take a minute and go back and show you real quick. This is what it means. Okay. I'm not sure why you can't see the first picture. This is not allowed as an adjective. The orientation is available in Spanish. La damos en español. I believe there's one on the 16th. Que hay una el día 16. Here is the other one, the places. You are a non-member. That's why we're discussing this, Richard. You will not be able to watch the presentation again, but you do have access to the presentation slides, and it's all available to you at miamirealtors.com/orientation with all of the material that we present. We do give you the right to use the R. You can use realtor or realtor associate. That's what we're discussing right here, Adriana. And that's why we're giving you the trademark information. You just have to use it, right, within the trademark rules. You cannot watch it again. Yes, you can. You can change from realtor associate to realtor. You can write into membership at miamiare.com. Or you can call in and switch it, or you can visit an office. And here are your trademark links. I showed all the slides, did I not? Yeah, I've gone ahead and this almost the exact slide deck. I made a change today. Almost the exact slide deck is available to you on the orientation page. We've tried to be good. So what's up there is subject to change. I did not say that. I said NAR trademark use on social media. So there's different pieces here. All right. All righty. Next up is Florida Realtors. For realtors, by realtors, who we are and what we do. Florida Realtors has been around for over 100 years. 100 years, right? And the value of membership, Florida Realtors provides to us a daily business news. They also provide the Florida Legal Hotline, right? They provide up-to-date real estate forms. So your as is. And in Florida, we've learned recently that Florida Realtors probably provides, is one of the states that provides most forms. So it's actually something that is highly something that we really appreciate, all the forms and information that is provided. To continue, we do ask your broker, right? Write in if you have questions to trademark at miamire.com, right? And ask your broker what they advise you also to use with regards to the word realtor and realtor associate, right? And it's not meant to be a hindrance. It was meant to provide you information, okay? Don't worry. We are here to assist, and that's why we provided all of that info. Okay, there's also FR information. I don't want you to miss what we're showing here because you got stuck in a couple of slides before. This not only can you take pictures of the slides, they're available to you at miamirealtors.com/orientation. We're not trying to keep them from you, they're for you. They are working on the forms and they've updated several of them. It's one of the things that they've been striving and working on. Changing your last name to realtor. I don't think your parents would be very happy. It was a suggestion, Silvana. It was just a suggestion. And that's why we gave you the locations to see, and you can go look in detail to the trademark rules. All right. It was an idea. You don't have to take it word for word. That's why there's the trademark area. Okay. And that's only if you're going to use the word realtor or realtor associate. All right, let's move on because if not, you will not finish at 2:30. You will finish later. Okay. All righty. Florida Realtors. Free up-to-date real estate forms. Now, this is amazing because they have a reservoir. They have a Florida legal hotline, meaning that you can get assistance from Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4:30. You can call, you can email, right? And you can get these Florida forms, and they hold them in Form Simplicity, and they're also shared to different locations. You have exclusive member discounts through them, right? And there are member pricing for conventions and trade shows and expos for Florida realtors. They also provide you market research and statistics, so we invite you to take advantage of that. And there are infographics. How many of you like social media or like to share information via graphics? So the steps to buying a home, the steps to a walkthrough, what gives value to a property, and more. You can get that and so much more through Florida Realtors, right? Florida Realtors. And now I get to talk to you about Miami. Now I get to talk to you about Miami. Okay. I've said that information on miamirealtors.com/orientation several times, right? And the trade and info, if you click on Florida Realtors, there's a tile as well. The same tile that there is for NER, there's one for Florida Realtors, and you'll get information in your email about Expo and more. All right. So you can look into getting information. So we're trying to give the info to you. No one's trying to take it away. And I would hate for you not to use the word realtor or realtor associate. You're a member. Okay. Yes, it does include a code of ethics. It's the second portion. I promise if we get to finish, we'll get there, right? Miami Realtors is an association has been around since 1920, represents over 60,000 members, right? And in Florida, we're about 25% of the realtors. The organization is made up of 6%, six organizations internally, the residential, the Miami commercial, Broward, Miami, JTHS Miami, Miami YPN, and Miami Realtors Global Council. We have knowledgeable and engaged professionals. We try to do things in a timely and a valuable way, providing you education and training and great, I don't like to say a customer service, member services. Now, the association does offer you access to over 200 products and services, and we are a community and private property advocate. Miami is known as the voice for real estate and vigorously advocates for private property rights, thereby benefiting Miami members, property owners, and the community at large. We have 8 South Florida locations, and here's one of the changes to what you're probably seeing on the slides is that we are now in our new global headquarters. And I'm going to have this new presentation uploaded because our new global headquarter picture is here, right? Is here. Please go ahead and use the restroom. Do not wait for us, right? You can go ahead. And we do have them in person if you need to attend in person. Our headquarter location is moved, catty corner right across the street from where we were before. We're at 1800 Oakwood Drive, and we have a new building waiting for you. We hope you come out and see us. We have all types of classes and events going on. We have a Coral Gables location in the Gables area, a Northwestern Dade Hialeah office, right? And an Aventura location in Miami-Dade. Remember, our area of coverage is Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and San Lucie County. And that's why, how many of you have logged into the MLS? Yes, it is beautiful. Thank you, Valerie, for saying that it is truly gorgeous. Right? If you've logged into the MLS on the very top, did you see it says SEF? That stands for Southeast Florida, and that's our area of coverage, Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County. Our Broward location, some of you were from Broward. We have Broward offices in West Broward and Sawgrass, which is a wonderful facility, Northeast Broward in Fort Lauderdale, and our Southeast Broward in Hollywood. So West Broward, Northeast Broward, and Southeast Broward. CoreLogic is CoreLogic Matrix. All right. And then we have a location in JTHS, which is in our Palm Beach area. So it's our JTHS Miami location, spanning our area of coverage. Just a reminder, you've got to be on camera. because John Mark is looking, and you already got your registration credit if you put your name and license number, and orientation materials available at miamirealtors.com/orientation. All right. miamirealtors.com. How many of you are 40 years or less, or you feel 40 years or less? All of you can join and follow along with the wonderful group Miami Realtors YPN. If you're on Instagram, you can go ahead and follow them at Miami YPN. And this is a young and vibrant leadership group, right? If you're looking to go into leadership, you do have to be 40 years or less. So, but all of you could belong and participate of their wonderful events, right? And they do have a community outreach, political advocacy, and much more. So if you're interested in joining, simply click on Miami Realtors, Miami YPN, click in, joining is free, and you can follow them and get wonderful information on how and what they are doing in the industry, right? And they share details with you. So it's wonderful to be a part. You do not have to be 40 years or less to join. You do have to be if you want to take part in their leadership group, okay? In their leadership group. No, you don't get kicked out when you hit 40. You just can't be a part of their leadership, okay? Orientation material, some of you are asking. Here's a QR code that will take you directly. Daniela, you can join. And then you can participate from the events. You just won't be able to be in their leadership team, but you could be a part of YPN for sure. Orientation material. You have a new member checklist, orientation class material, trademark links, and more. Everything that we've discussed and I've covered with you is available here. So happy early birthday. So you can get a pathway to success. Remember, we were talking about checklists and stuff. There is so much of that in here telling you like what classes to take and where to go. So one more minute, a couple more seconds in case you want to go ahead and look at that orientation page. Next, we have all things real estate begin with Miami Realtors, and there is a service page where you can see the services, right, that you have access to, including international websites and more. You have an education page. Our education team offers so much post-licensing for you. 45-hour post-licensing, 14-hour and continuing ed, core law, business ethics, 72-hour broker, 60-hour broker, and more. The Pathway to Success offers 4,000 seminars annually via Zoom and at our office locations, live chat, conference centers, social media, IG, and you can follow the association at the Miami Realtors, So take a minute and go ahead and visit education and see what's there for you. Some of the classes can be free if you do go ahead and renew, and there are at a great pricing for members, okay? They are not all included in your membership, but they do have great member rates. How many of you like anything free? Anything free? And I'm going to ask a big question here. How many of you already have your business cards? And how many of you would like an electronic business card? And how many of you know that you have 2 electronic business cards that you can get for free? You can get 2 free electronic business cards. Just visit miamirealtors.com/free from Miami, and you have access to over 80 products and services. We do provide classes like working with buyers and sellers, right, and more. But there are 2 here on this page, right? One of them is the Insta card, right? And the other one is the Biz Realty card from Agent 3000. Agent 3000, right? And Instacart. So opportunities for you to have a free electronic business card. The reason that we share this with you is that some of you may need them. How many of you go with your phone everywhere? Right? And how many of you may forget your business cards, but you would never forget your phone? So that's an idea of why you should have something like that available to you. So consider visiting miamirealtors.com/free from Miami. Now we've talked about the page and we have our Rock the Market coming up and it's not sold out yet. This was from the year before. So how many of you have come in and clicked to the gateway? And what about the rest of the website? So I ask you to come in, and most of you will click the gateway, but I invite you to click somewhere else. And when you do click, you'll see all these tiles, right? And here is NAR, and here's Florida Realtors, in one case you want to navigate and get some of those items that we discussed, right? You can go ahead and click through here. And then I'm going to click next, and we're going to talk about MLS options. The electronic business card is at miamirealtors.com/free from Miami. miamirealtors.com/free from Miami. Free from Miami. When I finish my presentation, I'll send the link via the chat. All right. So I can type it in. Okay. Now, MLS options, Matrix, Rapatoni, you get those to pick from, and most of you choose whatever they use at your office. So you'll probably use Matrix, right? Most of you use Matrix. Remind, all of you have access to the association granted access to Remind from everyone after pandemic. April 2020, they granted Remind Pro to everyone. So you've started now, you have access to that. Information is shared to Realtor.com's professional search. MLS Advantage is actually information for all of the state of Florida and associations that share with Florida Realtors. IMAP has tax detail and MLS info, so does RPR. And the IMLS is International MLS Info. So you can take a matrix class, right? And RPR and many of the other ones. We do like to invite you to take a Remind class. How many of you are looking for potential listings, looking for the next customer? Well, you might want to take a Remind Pro class and learn about how you can search this modern, comprehensive, intuitive MLS that you have access to. But how many of you want to prospect and farm? Well, you can take a prospecting and farming class with Remind, and we offer those continuously, and there are recordings available as well. We also offer six matrix classes. It is called our MLS series, and you're welcome to join us and take these. We offer them online, in person, etc. 6 matrix classes. We have MLS Advantage for state information. So if someone's looking in another part of the state and you want to see if you could assist. And then, have you heard of the CMA? We offer you 4 tax solutions, 4 tax program solutions: IMAP, Remind, RPR, and Realist. IMAP, Remind, RPR, and Realist that you can use for tax solutions. Okay, and you can go ahead and use those. All right, and you can use these for so much more. Form simplicity, dot loop. These are two solutions that you have, right? To be able to do what? Transaction management. These classes are available on our calendar. They're available through Miami Realtors Live and on youtube.com. So here you had asked, and we have our calendar, miamirealtors.com/calendar. Okay, and you can watch on YouTube, and we give great in-person trainings. We've had a couple coming up for Forum Simplicity, and we've had a couple we've just given, and we also have recordings available on Miami Realtors Live. We also provide to you a free subscription for information and breaking news to Inman. If you're interested in information on Inman, go ahead and visit miamirealtors.com/Inman. The tax programs are used for many, many things. You can come and take the classes, but the CMA is a comparative market analysis, and you'll learn more about those and you'll need them. You need to create a CMA. I wish I could give an in-depth class on every one of the products, but we tried to give you a huge overview here so that you would be in tune to what you would need when you're in the industry. There are so many classes available to you as members of Miami. So what we try to give you here is a glimpse of all of the products that you could take and classes on. And then you can dive into our calendar. And I believe our calendar is already ready for the month of July for tech training. So um, you can go ahead and register for classes already for all of our tech classes. Now for Inman information, miamirealtors.com/Inman. August, the tech training classes would be in the middle of July. Now, social media. How many of you use social media? Then we give a four-part series where we do provide information on this, right? And we walk you through how you can create, how you can use it, best practices, and more. Social media series. Now, essential marketing tools. We have here essential marketing tools, Agent 3000. You have okay to advertise and more. This is an essential, right? And you most definitely need to take a class like this one. This is an all-in-one marketing tool that can help you create web pages and more. So if you have a minute, make use of Agent 3000. Give me 1 second here. 1 second, please. Thank you so much for your patience. So next, we have here eProperty Watch, right? And I like to stop here and take a minute and talk to you guys about eProperty Watch, right? And I always like to say, are you going to be a regular business or a revolving door business? So let's talk about that revolving door business. A revolving door business would be like a place where you go and let's say you get your hair or cut or your nails done or something like that. And they tell you, what do you need? And you walk in and they just, sit there, wait, sure, pick. And a real business, you walk in and they tell you, um, what would you like to have done? And we have this special service today. And would you like some water? And let's pick from this. And can I get your information? And you know what? If you become a part of our mail list, we'll send you specials. And so what type of business are you going to be? Revolving door where it's like, yeah, can I help you? Or, oh, welcome. How are you? Real business or revolving door? So as a realtor, you're going to start learning that you need, right? What? Information. Now, we talked about being their ally. We talked about working with them, right? We talked about gaining their trust. And in that process, you're going to probably want to get their name, their phone number, their email address, right? Name, phone number, email address, physical address, right? Name, phone number, email address, physical address. What else do you need from someone? Phone. Phone. name, last name, phone number, physical address, right? Email address. So it's their contact info, and you don't get that all in one sitting. So once you start to get their details, especially when you get their physical address, where they live, you can use that in conjunction with eProperty Watch, where you can add up to 2,500 of your nearest and dearest, 2,500 of your nearest and dearest, and send them an update on the neighborhood activity, right? Brand it to you with a monthly email update of what's happening in their market and their neighborhood. Isn't that amazing? So all you need is their first name, last name, email address, right? And physical address so that you can give them an update on the area that you're in, right? So with that said, it's interesting to see how many places or how many people or how many locations you can get this for. Now, some of us are 40 plus, and we used to have those lists, remember, where you would send holiday greeting cards to. So you sort of have to clean that one up and start again. And some of you have this. How many of you do have a list of contacts? First name, last name, email address, phone number, and what you're missing is the physical address. So you're in business to move people from one address to another. Yes or no? So you start to get that groove. You start to get that groove. And once you have this, you can use eProperty Watch. And on a monthly basis, be in front of these people, whether they're your family or friends, and keep them update, even if they're renting, of what property value is going for in their area, of what property value is going for in their area. Okay? So, a wonderful idea, a great way for you to keep in touch, and a wonderful tool for you to use. eProperty Watch. Alrighty, there's also IMLS, an international referral system for you to use IMLS. And then, oops, I didn't mean to do that. We have our Miami trainers. We are three. We have over 40 years in the industry. We to give classes on the 220 products and services. We have an email address if you have questions or need assistance, trainers at miamire.com. We give the technology training portion, so anything that has to do with products and services, and we're here to help you out. Trainers at miamire.com, and our classes are found in the calendar, miamirealtors.com/calendar. Carto Front wants to give you a little message and hello, and this is a fully integrated benefit with flood insurance quote available to you. Alrighty. And now a Supra. How many of you already have your Supra? How many of you already have your Supra? All right. If you ever need assistance, you can go ahead and get assistance at supra@miamire.com and get information on Supra at miamirealtors.com/Supra, or you can use the QR code here on screen to get you your details. If you have it and you don't know how to use it, there are some great videos on the miamirealtors.com/Supra page that will show you how to use them, or you can call in and get assistance. If you need Supra for another location, go ahead and call in and see if there's reciprocity. And now, last but not least, if you want to log into class, you have to come to the calendar, find the class you're looking for, log into the gateway, make sure you register, and if you don't get that confirmation, it's not ready to go. How many of you have ever shopped? If you don't get the confirmation email for the shopping, it's not done, right? So thank you so much for being members. We're going to talk a little bit here about commercial. Are any of you interested in commercial? You do have access if you're interested in commercial here to commercial information. You can become a commercial member for almost less than $100 additional a year, and you can get details here at miamirealtors.com/commercial and using this QR code. And if you're interested, you can become a part of our commercial group as well. They just had an event today, Commercial Marketplace, and I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for being Miami members. I'm gonna give you a 10-minute break, right? So we should come back at 10:40. Thank you so much for joining me for this first portion, and for being Miami members. I hope to see you on